So today we're going to talk about the thing with Kasen's family.
Basically, me going back around my family now that I'm starting to look more like a cis man, and me navigating that and my anxieties somewhat around that. Anything you want to add?
I won't be talking much in this video, but I guess I'll add my little 2 cents in because I don't want to speak over him. So yeah, go ahead. But before we start, we need to introduce you to our friend. This is Sam. So hi. They wanted to say hi. They use they, them, their pronouns too.
So I make some notes to my phone because I want to be rambling. I have a lot of anxiety when I think about going back home because for a lot of different reasons. The main one being physically, I do not look or sound the same. And kind of like when I left, I feel like I left a lot of things unsaid and undone. So I'm basically going back as a different person. I'm going to have to build new relationships with my family members as the person I am now, so the person that left them. It hasn't been easy for me mentally because of my anxiety, period. Like, I get anxious and nervous when I know that I have to talk to my family because it's like I don't know what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, because just my anxiety. Like, I miss them dearly, but I don't want them to think that the same version of me that left is coming back home.
Even for him just calling them and them calling him stresses him out so much. He has to like plan for it, like he has to plan for hours in advance just to help his anxiety. So yeah, I just definitely see that's going to be very stressful for him, and I'm probably going to have to be very supportive during this process.
I guess the next point will be how will they receive me? Because like I just said, I'm not the same person that left. Like, dead name left. I'm not about to say what my dead name was. Left. So when I come back, it's like that person's not coming back. Kasen is coming back. Like, they see my transition through social media. So they've seen changes from like the beginning of my transition. I really haven't been on social media lately because I just don't feel the need to be. But my face has changed drastically since last July. It's been like literally a whole year since I left Houston. So it's my whole thing is like how they receive me. I already know I have to prepare myself for correcting people with my pronouns and my name. And it's the thought of it, but it's not fun. And it's exhausting just thinking about it because I want my family to be not even accepting of my transition, but respectful of my transition. And some of them are on social media. I applaud them. They use the right pronouns, they call the right name, but it's more so like my older family members, like my grandma, who I'm pretty sure won't get it. And that's the conversation that I know I have to have, but I really don't want to have because I just don't feel like rehashing stuff I already said 50,000 times already before. My mental state has changed drastically. Before I left, my mental state and my overall being has changed since I left. Before I left, I took a lot of shit out of people. Me now, I'm not like that. I say what I feel, how I feel in that moment. I don't take, like, before I transitioned, I would hold a lot of stuff in and I would take a lot of stuff with me emotionally. I don't do that now. If you hurt me, I'm going to tell you that you hurt me, and I'm going to tell you how that made me feel. Because at this point in my life, I'm pushing 30. I'm 26. I don't have time to be carrying on these burdens. And after these conversations have been said and I'm carrying on these feelings, and you're going on with your life. If we're gonna fix it, I want you to know I feel X, Y, Z. You made me feel this. How we gonna fix it? And I don't know that could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, because I know a lot of people, they don't like to admit that they messed up, or some people just think that, well, because I feel how I feel, they shouldn't have to correct or change how they feel or what they said. I'm not a hyper-masculine person. I don't know. I guess because they heard about my transition and they assume that I'm just gonna come back hyper-masculine. I've never been a hyper-masculine person. I've always been masculine presenting, yes. But at the same time, I have had things to kind of balance that.
That might not necessarily be true. He was very hyper-masculine before his transition, but I think that's also because social norms of being a masculine lesbian.
So the social norms that I had.
Stereotypes.
Yes, the stereotypes of a masculine person. So yeah, my behavior pre-transition was very toxic because that's all I seen and that's what I was socialized with. And people around me were very toxic, and the masculine friends I had, some of them were very hyper-masculine. I didn't learn how to balance that until I started my transition. It wasn't nothing I consciously decided to balance. It's just something that happened throughout the course of me being on testosterone. I think another problem for me would be, because I'm so sensitive to people's emotions and energy, is me picking up on their energy, the negative energy, and it's just sticking to me. I feel like it's gonna be uneasy for me once I get off that plane and set foot off the plane in Houston. I already know it's gonna be like, okay, you really out here, like, you gotta face this shit head on. Like, you can't avoid it anymore. It's just the fact that I know a lot of toxic people back home, and it's just like, I don't want to surround myself with that energy because it's hard to get off of you, one. Two, it makes me feel uneasy. My stomach start hurting, my head start hurting, and I just shut down.
And it makes him an asshole, quite frankly, because he gets irritated.
Very easily.
And the next thing you know, we're arguing because his energy is wrong, and Dad is telling him to go cleanse himself, go for a walk and calm down. But when he's in a situation where he can't avoid it, what is he going to do with that energy? Is he going to go off on people?
Exactly, because it becomes too much for me to handle, and my brain goes into overload, and either I just blow up or I shut down. There's no in between. And I do not want to blow up while I'm in Texas. But at the same time, it's like, it's only so much negativity I can handle in 1 second. Last point, I'm coming back home engaged in a head sister son relationship. My family's not gonna understand that because a lot of them, the older people I should say, have probably, well, I feel like, have this one version of me in their mind of who they know I was, and probably who they still think I am. I'm not coming back home with that person. I don't really, nobody outside of my immediate family knows that I'm engaged, because I don't talk about my personal life, because I feel like it's not easy for me to talk about my personal life. I have talked to my family members about other relationships that I have been in, and I feel like that was forced. I want this to be natural and fluid. And it's like, how do you explain to your family, like, yeah, I was dating a guy that didn't work out, hiding the fact that I was dating women. So now the fact that I'm coming back engaged to a feminine person who they would assume is a woman, it's not easy. So it's another issue that I'm gonna have to figure out how I'm gonna navigate that, but for myself, not just only for myself, but for Ren's sake, because Ren's never met my family. My family's never met Ren. So it's like, it's gonna be a lot for a lot of us. And I don't think that it's gonna be easy. I might be overthinking it. I just want me coming back home and me reintegrating myself back into my family to be a smooth process. I know we'll probably glaze over the trans issue because that'll be their first time seeing me. But at the same time, it's something that you can't ignore because I have a mustache, I have chin hair, my facial structure has changed, my body shape has changed.
But you can't say they've been very well. Let me rephrase that. They have been very well about ignoring it online, like even just kind of blatantly say, "Yeah, I'm just going to refer to you genderless," and
yeah.
So it's going to be hard to do that in person.
I mean, they probably will not call me by my name, call me by a name, or they probably won't do me in person because they're physically seeing it is different. I already know that it's gonna be some slip ups with the gender and the pronouns because they're so used to referring to me as she, as her, or calling me girl when I just like casually talking. I don't know, and that's another thing that bothers me is that they just choose to ignore it. They ignore pronouns. They don't gender me when we communicate online.
Or call you by a name.
Or call me by a name. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes in person. We will definitely keep you guys updated. We'll probably make a few videos, vlog, all the other stuff. But this probably, I was gonna be happening until, I was gonna go to October, the end of October. So today's August 1st, so we have a little time.
Hopefully.
I will be, I will be in a better mental space when that time comes. I'll have to give myself a lot of pep talks to prepare myself. But we're gonna get through it. As always, we are Ren'sKaseTV.
And until next time.
We'll see you guys in the next video.